The next day, Ella woke up. She thought, let's just try. Then they did what they planned on doing. They headed to the merfolk's hangout spot. As they were walking out the door, Ella thought, I hope they let us have some jewels. I wonder what they have. Then she thought, I hope their minds stay off my hair. They already have seen it. However, it is too late to turn back now. The farther they got from home, the more nervous Ella got. She thought, they are not going to share with us, but how can I blame them? I would not share with a loser like me. Maybe the kids will get more treasure if I am not present. Doesn't it sound greedy asking, hey, can we have some of your super valuable stuff? It sounds stupid to ask that. Ella was briefly taken out of her thoughts when she saw Daisy on the ground. She freaked out for a minute. However, Daisy quickly got back up. Ella said, are you all right, Daisy? She looked back at Ella and said, yeah. Ella walked with a silent mind only for a short while, and then her brain took over again. She thought, maybe I should stand back. While Baby Bear asks, their hearts will melt when they see a cute baby bear asking for treasure. It is not cute when an older homeschooled girl asks for things. Everyone assumes she is a gold digger. When women ask for things, we look like gold diggers, and age plays the biggest role when asking for stuff. Only younger siblings can ask for things. Anytime Bime and I wanted anything when we lived with Mum and Dad, we told our younger siblings to ask for us, because Mum and Dad are more likely to give them what they want. I remember the odds were the best when Daisy asked for something. That is because younger siblings are cuter and more capable of getting things without looking greedy. I wish things could be the same between older siblings and younger ones. Unfortunately, life will never be fair. That sucks for me because I am usually the one that gets screwed. If I wanted a guarantee yes, I should not ask and send Baby Bear to do my bidding. I cannot do that though. That is just being a bitch to make him do it. After a little bit, they reached the hangout area of the merfolk. Baby Bear led the way as usual, so when he ran to the merfolk, everyone was still walking behind him. He reached the merfolk first. He stood next to Mallory. She said, what's up, Baby Bear? He said, treasure. Ella nearly fainted. She thought, I should have told him I was going to ask. Mallory scooted herself closer to the water. Then she jumped in. Ella's heart sank far down in her chest. Ella thought, I cannot do anything about it now. Mallory returned to the surface. She got up on the land and sat down. Then she handed Baby Bear a white diamond. It was beautiful. The Baby Bear ran to Ella. He said while running, here, Ella. Ella thought I do not want them to look at me because of my wig. Wait, I left it at home. She thought about her wig, so she did not get a chance at this moment to think about how this looked to the merfolk. Mallory stared at them as Baby Bear tried to hand Ella the diamond. Ella was so embarrassed. She looked at Baby Bear and said, no, honey, is yours. He got confused and said, but you want it. Mallory rolled her eyes hard and stared at Ella with lots of hate. Ella instantly tried to walk away, however harm came after her. Mallory said, "Really bitch, you need to take from a baby." "Fuck you." Ella ran off crying. Baby Bear stood there confused about what had happened. However, the controversy was not over yet. Rebecca grabbed a rock and fired it at Mallory. It hit her. This pissed Mallory off. She jumped back underwater. Daisy and Lilith followed their older sisters blindly, so they grabbed rocks and fired them at the merfolk. Most of the merfolk jumped underwater to hide from their fire. Bime tried to stop the girls while Baby Bear cried. Christopher turned to his human form. Then he went to Baby Bear and said, "Don't cry, we will solve all of this." However, Baby Bear was still upset. A mermaid turned to her human form and walked up to Baby Bear. She said, "Here, let me take you home." He took her hand so she could take him home. Once Bime got his sisters under control, he said, "Now we have to look for Ella. Let's go." Christopher walked up to Bime, said, "Do you know your way around here?" Bime got a little angry as he said, "It does not matter if I know where we are going. We have to find our sister." Bime started walking, so the girls followed him. Christopher followed Bime and the girls to try and find Ella. Ella did not know how to get home because the bears always led her around the forest. Ella did not think about how she was going to get home because she was too upset to think logically. Ella sat down in the forest and thought, "I hate the cunt. Mallory, man, I want to smack that cunt upside the head, fucking bitch." Ella did not think about how sinful her thoughts were for a little while. Then it dawned on her. Ella kind of did not want to apologize. However, she asked God for forgiveness because of her bad thoughts. Ella stood there. She did not even think about being lost. She stood there and thought miserable thoughts. Ella cried while thinking about how stupid she was for not stopping Baby Bear from asking for treasure. She thought, "I knew better, why didn't I stop him? I guess I am too stuck in my own thoughts. I just cannot pay attention to my surroundings." She cried for a while. At one point, Ella thought, "I should go home and cry." She started walking. Then she thought, "Whoa, I am lost. Where am I? How am I going to get home?" Ella got even sadder. She thought, "Why did I get lost? Am I seriously this stupid?" She returned to where she was previously standing. Ella's younger siblings walked around with Christopher looking for Ella. After a little bit, they heard her crying. They ran over to her. When Ella heard someone coming, she looked to see who it was. It was her siblings and Christopher. Ella tried to stop crying because they were coming near her. The three younger girls ran up to her and they said, "Ella, Ella, Ella." Ella embraced her younger sisters. Bime said, "Okay, ladies, let's go home." Ella said, "How? We are lost." Christopher said, "I know this place well. I can take you all home." Christopher walked all the siblings home. They came home before dinner. Luckily, once they were all home, Baby Bear ran up to them and said, "You all are here," but they hugged Baby Bear. The mermaid who brought him home left before they got home. Christopher looked at Ella and said, "What did you need treasure for?" Ella felt embarrassed, so she said, "I don't want any." Baby Bear said, "You want it for." But Ella stopped him immediately by saying, "I said I don't want it." "Oh, okay. Baby Bear did not like being interrupted by Ella. He got sad that Ella cut him off. He started to cry. Ella said, "Sorry, Baby Bear." He ran off crying. Ella thought, "This is all my gold fucking hair's fault. It is dividing us." Christopher said, "Ella, if you change your mind, I will happily give you some treasure." Ella said, "No, I don't fucking deserve it. I am tired of ruining everything." I'm said the treasure was for art projects the girls want to sell. Ella wanted Bime to shut up. She thought, did he have to say that? Christopher said, that is not a big deal. We have more than we could ever use. Ella turned away sadly. He said, if you ever want anything, Ella, I can get it for you. Ella was getting a little less sad. She looked at him and said, thank you, but I have to decline your offer. He said, don't listen to Mallory. She is just a class bully. She said, you go to school with her. He said, no, my sister does, and Mallory is mean to all the girls in her class. And Ella said, "Lo, I am sorry to hear that." He said, you know how it is when a child is not raised by his or her biological parents, it screws up the child's head. And Ella thought, well, our biological parents were not great. I am sure he has a different worldview because his life is different than mine. He said, Ella, I would like to hang out with you sometime. Ella accidentally said something dumb. She said, thank you, she stopped. And she said, well, okay, but not at the place the merfolk hang out at. He said, well, okay, can I come here tomorrow? She said, yes. She hugged him. He stayed and talked to the humans for a while, then he went home. Ella knew she had to mend things with Baby Bear, therefore she went to him and explained why she did not want Christopher to know about her pure gold hair. Baby Bear kind of understood the value of Ella's gold hair. She hugged Baby Bear, and then he said, it is okay, Ella. The next day, the homeschoolers, Baby Bear and Christopher played outside together. Christopher had brought a little treasure for Ella. He had it in his backpack. However, he did not want to upset her by getting it out. Therefore, he got an idea. When he and Baby Bear were alone, Christopher said, here, take this treasure. Give it to Ella and don't tell her it is all from me. And Baby Bear took it and said, okay. After Christopher left, Baby Bear went to Ella. Ella was once again making gold things. He said a treasure while trying to hand Ella the treasure. Ella said, no, you got those from your merfolk friends. You keep them. Baby Bear said, I have lot. Ella has none. Ella said, Bime has none. Rebecca, Lilith, and Daisy have none too. Baby Bear said, lo, then he gave some to each of his adopted siblings. Ella saw what he was doing. She thought, he is sweet, but I don't want any. He once again tried to give Ella some. Ella said sweetly, Baby Bear. I said no. He said, everyone has some except Ella. Ella said, that is okay, because I have pure gold hair. Now we all have something valuable. Baby Bear said, please take one. Baby Bear loves you and wants to share with you. Ella felt bad for not taking one. She tried to take one, however she felt poison enter her body. She felt evil for taking one, therefore Ella took a small purple one. Ella felt bad for taking it, and she thought he was not going to stop until I took one. Ella thought, what am I going to do with this small jewel? I cannot give it away. I think I will do something I always wanted to do. Later, Ella bought sewing stuff online. Then she watched tutorials on how to make a dress. Ella got her sisters together to tell them what she wanted to do. She said, well, I cannot give away this jewel Baby Bear gave me, so we are going to do something I have always wanted to do. Rebecca tried to guess what she was getting ready to say. Then she said, well, Ella said we are going to make a dress. Well, the girls all got excited. Soon they started their project. It took many hours. However, they finished the dress. Then Ella said we could go into the dressmaking business too. The others all agreed. Ella tried it on. She looked at Daisy and said, gather everyone up so we can show them this dress. Oh, Daisy did as her sister said. Then Ella came out and showed everyone. Everyone was impressed. As the days went on, the siblings and Baby Bear continued to hang around Christopher. Also, Ella opened up an online store to sell some of her moulded gold hair, and this started slow but took off after a few months. Ella thought we can maybe move out when we feel like it if my sales continue at this rate. Ella worked hard on her website. As the days went on, Ella gave more time to her work. Many years passed, and Ella and her sisters bought a house together so they could live together, by married within that time period. At the wedding, Ella got to dance with Christopher. Ella enjoyed the wedding. Ella was really happy she got to wear the dress she made with her sisters to the wedding. Now that the girls were all grown up, Rebecca realized something. She said Ella really is the homeschooled Goldilocks. She has real gold hair, and we all lived with 3 bears. The girls all agreed with her. It looks like Ella escaped being used and turned her life into a real-life fairy tale after all. It looks like she truly is the homeschooled Goldilocks. When you use your gifts, you can find a way to provide for yourself. Life is now perfect for our young, beautiful and caring protagonist. By Ella, Rebecca, Lilith, Daisy, Christopher, Mama Bear, Papa Bear and Baby Bear. Lived happily ever after. The end.